Anyways, so in the aftermath of the Saint Vero attack, you guys make it to Frall's body. Tibbsy rolls a tech use test to see if he can open the case.
What case am I opening?
The tube that he's in, he's suspended in liquid in. Can't wait for him to fail this shit.
Oh my god, 5 degrees of success.
Yes. And Tybalt keys in and begins to open the cylinder that houses Frall's body. As he does so, he feels a gargantuan hand fall upon his shoulder and quickly turns around to see Mercutio standing there. Natalia, gravely injured, is holding her bloody side behind him. Tybalt, you can't open that. If that amount of psychic energy has nowhere to be directed, there's no telling what it could do.
What are you suggesting?
How did your team fare? He says, looking around, not seeing Stubber or... Actually, Neelis, did you leave, or are you still there?
I'm still there.
Okay. Noticing that Stubber and Garvel are gone.
Me running at 48 fucking squares a second.
Dragging Lehman out, or is his corpse just lying there?
Garvel's dragging Stubber out, and Lehman's corpse is just... It's not his corpse, he's still alive.
Yeah, he's just
call
unconscious.
it a corpse, because he's unconscious.
Yeah, Lehman's body is just laying over there.
Okay.
It's a cadaver.
Please take him.
We succeeded.
Neelis, is Frall back in his body?
I don't know.
Very well. Then I guess either Lilith or myself will have to take his place and see if we can contain the psychic essence that's being drained into his body.
We can't just bust this thing open and...
Or we can sacrifice Frall. I mean, I'm cool with that. Natalia's cool with that.
Frall's not here to not be cool with that, so...
I don't hear him complaining.
Lehman seems oddly cool with it.
Lehman, say something if you disagree.
You break the glass and Frall rolls like triple nines.
Everybody run.
It's too
So-
bad Leaf is still deaf.
Now you guys get to discuss. Does anyone step in the machine for Frall? Or do you leave Frall in there?
We can't just disable the machine and...
We can't put Lehman in there?
He's not a psyker.
Oh.
I can't say anything for you because I'm not there.
So our options are Mercutio, Leaf, or leave Frall in there?
Yeah.
Well, whatever happened to Antonius?
Antonius has been dealt with. He put up quite a fight, and I couldn't take him alive. But he has paid for his disservice to the Emperor.
Can't put a body in a tube like this?
We can't put one of the thousands of psychers underneath the asylum?
They've already been harvested.
Legally,
good.
Frall shouldn't even be alive, so I say we leave him in there.
It's true. She has a point. Also, Antonius was not a psyker.
You know, on account of the fact that
What?
Frall is unregistered
What?
and...
No, continue.
I was going to say the fact that Frall is unregistered or whatever it is. He poses a serious threat to us by staying alive, and I would have normally sacrificed him, but he did really well today.
Yeah.
He kind of really helped us, you know?
I mean, I don't want to lose Leaf because I finally have an excuse to be a tank now.
Yeah, I know. Like, we have a good healer.
I mean, what's Mercutio doing?
Hey, he volunteered. I mean, it's up to you guys what you guys
It's
want to
true,
do.
he did volunteer. But then,
But then we lose,
does that mean
like...
we have to listen to the Michael Jordan 1996 Bulls theme when Natalia walks in?
No. She hasn't earned that yet.
Mercutio kind of is a huge help. In an
I don't wanna
intelligence
sacrifice
point
him.
of view. I know.
Leaf, you have scholastic
call
lore of the warp or psychers, don't you? Like, what lores do you have dealing with the warp or psychers?
I have Psychers, I think I have Warp too, but I'm not. Hold on a sec.
She has Common Lore Imperium, Forbidden Lore, Psychers, Forbidden Lore, Warp.
Yeah.
Alright, well then, you can make a skill check for Forbidden Lore Psychers to see who would be the best choice for this task.
Him.
Cork's back there.
How do I... Okay.
I think it's pretty sure it's an intelligence test.
Intelligence?
Yeah.
Should be.
If it's a lore test, then yeah.
It says there was an error with my formula.
Good.
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 It was a
Refresh the
huge
page and
success.
try again.
Alright.
That's usually what that means.
Or just roll a D100.
In before.
That's far too simple.
In before Mercutio goes in there and turns into some fucking slaughter machine.
And before he goes in there and turns down the way.
Oh. And then you guys have to try to kill him? The...
For the next 5 hours till I like have to go to work. Yeah. Fucking.
All he does is he just grabs Neelis by the back of the head and just slams it down.
Turn down for what?
For like the next 6 hours as all the rest of you try to kill him. What the fuck? Farm boy! So roll.
She refreshed the page and is not in roll 20 right now.
Roll. Roll. It says Hannah right there.
Oh yeah, it does.
Roll. Click on yourself and then roll.
Okay, I came back. Alright. Let's try this one more time, guys. God damn it. It says no attributes found for my intelligence. Does that mean that
You
I
have to
just
click on you.
don't have any intelligence?
It means that you have to click on you.
Yeah, I did that part.
Do it again.
Okay.
Just roll a D100.
Or do that. That's also a thing you can do.
See, that's far too simple for me. Shit.
Good. That's my favorite part. Huh, it actually does say that she doesn't have an attribute bound to intelligence. I'm gonna double check that.
I'd appreciate that.
So you should fate point that since this is the end of the game.
I don't understand, because it clearly shows 33-100 right there. Maybe it's
By the
just because
way-
we had other tokens out that it, like, disabled it.
By the way, Garble says that with a Vox because otherwise I wouldn't be able to say that to you because I'm not there.
That's true.
By the way, are Vox channels still down? Has all hell still broken loose until we pull
Yep.
them out of this?
So you guys don't hear it.
Yeah.
You want to fate point that or no? Oh, I didn't spell intelligence. I forgot the T in intelligence.
Good.
So she's intelligent?
Yep.
I'm very intelligent.
She's real smart.
It's
Oh,
like,
damn,
what
you
the
have
fuck
3
did I do
fate points?
wrong? And I kept looking at, like, the end of it, and I was like, oh. Good. Alright, now you should be able to use an intelligence test.
Alright, I'm gonna do that. God damn it. There was an error with my formula, and I should try again.
Worked for me. I don't know what's your problem.
Problem, Ruffles?
You know what? Fuck it, you passed. I'm fucking over this. It's taking way too long again. You quickly look around the room and see that yourself, or you know that you yourself are a Delta class Psyker. Looking at Frawl, you see that he is a Gamma class Psyker. And looking at Mercutio, you see that he is a Beta Psyker. So, realistically...
Is that beta or theta?
Beta? B.
Okay.
Realistically, if you stepped in there, your mind would be the most likely to be fried. Frawl might be able to take the strain, but you have no idea how he would come out of it. And Mercutio would be the most likely to be able to contain the amount of power, though you still have no idea how much it would damage his mind. Or possibly corrupt him.
Shit.
I wish the corpse had some kind of power. Just go throw that in there. Let it blow up.
Nailed it.
Nobody cares about Lehman.
Lehman was the nicest guy to me ever since I showed up.
Dude,
So
I'll
I
fight
chopped
him in
off
his
his balls
mechanical...
with a fork and threw him in the psychic machine.
Dude, I'd fight him in his mechanical leg any day.
I cut off his balls with a fork and threw him in the psychic rape machine.
His body wasn't good enough to survive the grenade. He's no
Anyways.
use.
So,
What is your guys' decision?
Because she told us that, is that common knowledge between all of us now?
Yes, she explained that to you all.
Okay. Well, what's the likelihood that... What do you think, Frawl? Or, Mercutio, that Frawl will be able to get through it?
Due to his instability that I've seen from before, and that that Antonius was attempting to prep him, I'm not sure if Antonius meant to sacrifice him or meant to keep him alive. If it is the former, then he was made only to be able to hold this for a few moments and then be killed. If it's the latter, then he injected him with whatever would allow him to maintain this psychic force for as long as he wanted the Tyrant Star to exist in this realm.
So, do you think if we pulled him out right now, if he would still be his normal self and alive?
I think there's a 50-50 shot that if you pull him out, we'll have to kill him. Actually, it's greater than that. There's a 50-50 shot that he'll kill himself, and a 50-50 chance after we pull him out that we'll have to kill him.
So 25%.
And then that still leaves you or someone else to go in there who could possibly just
No, we would have
die.
to wait until all the psychic force has been sent somewhere.
to do anything.
Yes. Otherwise, it will just run rampant and destroy the entire facility. And
Wait, so we would pull Frawl out and then...
no, we
put-
would wait until it's done and then pull Frawl out.
So then, how would we put Mercutio in?
We would, well, that in that case, we would pull him out and put Mercutio in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But if you're gonna like leave Frawl in, someone has to wait until it's over and be in the machine. Whether it be Frawl or someone else.
Well, Mercutio does have the best chance of surviving, so maybe we should just shove him in there.
Then I won't have to fight him later. I mean,
what?
Do you think you can take it, Mercutio?
If that's what it requires, then I will do it.
Or do you think we should just leave Frawl where he is?
Natalia peeps up from the back. I think we should leave Frawl in.
I just don't know if I want to sacrifice two people.
Zach doesn't know if he wants to sacrifice Frawl, but Tybalt's thinking it might be a good idea because if we don't, Antonius was kind of covering up the fact that he was an unregistered psyker. As soon as anyone else finds out, we are fucked 6 ways from Sunday.
Yeah.
As is everyone involved in this.
That's true.
Which of you have... What's all of your insanities right now?
I have.
My insanity is pretty low.
Oh god.
Anyone tell me if you have more than 7 insanity?
I think Frall is
I have
the only
8.
one.
Or did you say 17?
I have
7.
6.
Okay.
I have. Fuck.
You probably have 1.
Yeah.
I have 1.
Okay. Garvel?
Why does it count for me? I'm not there, right?
No,
Or
but I just want to
numbers
know.
not telling. Oh, okay.
I don't even know.
I have 5.
Okay.
I really, like, literally. Okay. It's IP, right? I just have 1.
Yeah. Sensing all of your hesitation, the Reaper steps forward and hits the button on the keypad, opening the case and closing Frall. As he does so, he pulls out the power sword from his waist and looks at Neelis. He was saying
No,
something.
I'm gonna stop him.
You're gonna try and stop him.
Yep.
How are you gonna stop him?
I'm gonna run up to him, put my hand on his chest, and trying to like kind of gently nudge him back. And it's not worth losing 2 people. He's unregistered, and even if he got out of this, it's not likely that he's gonna survive.
What if I could ensure that he survived? But I'll need you and Tybalt's help.
Would you
What do I need to
survive?
do?
There is a small chance that I could survive. But I'm not putting my faith in that, unless the Emperor wills it.
In that small chance of your survival, are we gonna possibly have to kill you when you come out of this?
No, if
Another 3-hour
I
combat
can
session?
sense that I'm going to die, I will destroy myself.
Crucio didn't hear me. What do you need me to do?
I will need all of us to interface with the machine.
Can I use my 5 degrees of success roll for this one?
Oh, it's not a tech use
Oh.
test. It's literally just you guys agree and he does everything.
Oh, thank God. I'm in.
I'm down.
Does that mean I get to do something correctly with the machine?
Neil,
I just wish I could Vox Mercutio and tell him to turn down for what? Going in the machine.
you can relay it through Coretta.
I'm sure she'd be pleased to tell him.
As he says that to you, he turns to Natalia and tells her to bring Coretta and have them prepare a Geller-capable shuttle with medical facilities.
Um,
And
I
Natalia leaves the room to do so.
slowly take my hand off of him. If you think you can do it, and if you think it's worth it, we got your back.
All right, and then he brings both you and Tybalt near the machine, and cuts the back of all of your necks, including his own, with his sword. And
I have a knife.
you really
So
want to? Do you want to do this instead of letting the Grim Reaper do it?
No, I'm saying I don't want a power sword going.
No, he's not
through
using a
my-
power sword.
Oh,
The power sword was in case he needed to break. Don't worry about it. He's not using the power sword for this.
okay. Then I'm over it.
He's using his normal sword to cut in the back of your heads, and then he inserts Elect-2 inductors into your cerebral cortexes.
Wouldn't he just pull mine out?
You don't have one that's... Well, yeah, he could use... You don't have to do this, I guess.
Oh.
You just
Yeah,
hold
I
up
have mine in my hands, right?
You hold up, yeah, your hand to the machine and begin interfacing with it on a technologically only level to maintain the flow of psychic power. Neelis, you are connected directly through an Elect-2 inductor into the machine, and immediately you are struck with the incredible power of the warp and electricity flowing through. Tybalt, you also feel this at a very subconscious level. He walks up to Frawl and cuts into one of the Electu cords going into his head and attaches it to his own and motions to Tybalt to direct all of the energy from Frawl to you guys and then to him. Tibbsy.
Can I do that?
Good. As Tybalt does that, Neelis, both you and the tech priest are overcome, your minds nearing the breaking point from the psychic energy pouring within your veins. But after what feels like a few minutes, which was less than a second, the machine snaps over and hits Mercutio with the full force of all of the psychers. In the same instant, he pulls his sword, his power sword, and cuts away the rest of the cordage attaching Frawl, who falls to the floor. You and Tybalt both disconnect yourself from the machine and wait, watching as Mercutio bears the brunt of the psychic force.
I'm glad I'm taking all this psychic force while I'm in crit damage.
Yep. You, Tybalt, and Frawl get to remove all of your insanity.
Nice.
Doing that right now?
Delete! Fucking
Yep.
delete!
Bye-bye.
I'm
You get to put in Mercutio, who's gonna come out and kick everyone's
I'm
ass.
so happy. And then Mercutio stabs his scythe through all of you with one motion.
That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for him to just come out and just...
Frawl's gonna be so happy when he looks at his character sheet and his insanity went from 73 to 0.
Yeah.
Damn, he was up to 73?
Yeah,
Wait, does that mean
yeah.
you heard about Bitch Stumpy?
Crap.
Yeah.
That was his first insanity point.
It
Well,
was.
you got like 50 points today, so
Yeah, he got like 56
Can
points
he-
today.
He
Can
did.
you keep that insanity point to remember Bitch Stumpy? No,
Yes, after a few minutes of waiting, Coretta and Natalia both rejoin you with a floating, a maglev gurney, and you all wait for Mercutio to pull through. Garvel, you've dropped off Stubber and begun making your way back. You see the crew of the shuttle rush into the building, and you helped direct them to where they're needed.
sweet.
As you all make it down to the sub-basement, the Chapel of Blessed Peace, the machine runs the entirety of its course, and as you enter the room, Garvel, you can see Coretta tattooing Mercutio's head with the same symbols of the hexagrammic ward that are seen throughout the room. As the machine slowly shuts down, she pulls him out and puts him on the gurney, and you all make your way out of Vero, or out of the asylum to the ship. Leith, using your Psyniscience, you can barely look at Mercutio as his soul within the warp now burns with the brightness of 1,000 psychers. You all get on the shuttle, including Stubber, who has been transferred to the shuttle's medical facility, and begin making your way up to the main cruiser of the flotilla. Garvel, you're gonna carry Frawl's body, I guess, because that's just what you do.
Sweet.
Fucking lumberjack over there.
Carried Stubber back because I can run 48 squares each time. Let's come running back.
Pretty much.
Where's Froll?
As you get
Grab
up
one.
into the main ship, Coretta tells them to put Mercutio into an intensive care unit with around-the-clock guards of Tech Priest Terminators. Motions for all of you to follow her, and goes to the navigation deck and sets their course, or your course now, for Scintilla. And that is where we're ending this campaign.
Fuck yeah.
Alright, so fuck Reef. and
Yep.
everyone on it, especially Lehman. No one knows he's there.
That's true.
Yeah.
Next time we start the campaign, the planet blows up.
Yes. As you leave the atmosphere of Reef and enter the warp, through the last few seconds, you see the Tyrant Star Komos in the distance wane and disappear, and the actual planet of Reef clears up. Like, the sky does not have dark black clouds anymore as you enter the Geller field to transport yourselves to Scintilla.
Damn.
And that's where all of you are. Congratulations, none of you died.
I know.
I'm
that was
impressed.
surprising.
I'm really surprised.
I am too.
I would like to thank Lee.
Me too.
I'd really like to
For the
thank Lee.
heals.
Mercutio like absorbed all the dark clouds. Or saved.
You are all welcome.
I'd like
That
to
guy
thank
survives.
Brawl for
Yeah.
his
I hope Thrall isn't
Howard
batshit
skill.
crazy.
Leaf
saved
for
us
like
early on.
MVP, fucking saving our asses multiple times.
So,
Despite my strange inability to roll the dice.
all of you guys are now at 5,000 experience.
Sweet.
We get to choose our paths?
Yes.
It's
You've
alright,
all
I
ranked
already-
up to 5,000 experience. By the time this next campaign starts, Frawl will be a fully sanctioned Psyker.
Like an Imperial Psyker or
Yeah, fully sanctioned Imperial Psyker.
sweet?
For
so
his
they're gonna like throne wed him and chop his dick off, right?
Yeah. For his service to the Inquisition. He will become a
Wait.
full-fledged Psyker.
Does that mean alive until you tell me to turn him in now?
Well, Antonius was the one who told you to do that.
Oh, well, there you go.
He's dead. He doesn't care anymore.
Good.
That's irrelevant.
So,
Thank God, no more reports.
No, you still have people to
Still have
report to,
report, you
just
have
not
to
him.
go with it.
Now
Thank
we
God
got
now
space
when we're in
pirates.
broad daylight, we don't have to be like, Brawl, don't use your powers.
So,
Which, now that this campaign is over, I would like to point out, Brawl could have been using his powers the entire time as long as he didn't use his pyromancy powers, because they have drugs that give you the ability to use Psyker abilities.
Yep.
We could have
Cool.
just written it off as that.
Fucking story for all.
so now I'm gonna let you guys, if you guys want to know anything about any of the characters, I mean, I'm not gonna go into like their super deep backstories, but anything that happened during the campaign, or if you just want to know the general plot overall, I'll tell you all of that.
What should we have done? Like, honestly,
better
I kind of
rolls?
want like a super ridiculously honest how we should have played that compared to how we did play it.
The only thing was to take more risks, especially on rolls that you failed, to follow up with more risky behavior. Like, when you were like, why are you following us? Like, that kind of stuff, that's good. Like, if you fail a perception check, or fail to do something, and you really want to know about it, keep pursuing it in a different way.
Okay.
Like, things that would have been really good is following the Sororitas, because that ended up just dropping off the face of the fucking
Yeah.
earth. Just so you know, they were Carrizo's Sororitas.
All of them, or...
The ones that were following you initially, not Karen.
Okay.
But the 3 that you guys took pictures of, that were
Yeah.
following you, those were under direct
about
orders from
Helena?
him.
Helena.
Helena had no idea about any of this.
Okay, because you said it was kind of higher up, so...
Yeah. No, that was just
oh.
Mercutio not having perfect intel.
Got
What
it,
about-
got it.
Karen and whatnot.
Karen had no idea
Okay.
either. She was just someone to help you out.
And then what about Canicus? Was he?
Canicus was not in on what was going on.
Canicus wouldn't have called us in if he had...
Nita was deceived initially to call you guys in.
How so?
Well, the general plot, the whole plot behind like the noble corruption and stuff was the Volcanices and the Levines were fighting over land and stuff, and then
You said the Canicus and the Levines. You mean the
the the Levines and the
Volcanuses.
Volcanuses
Okay.
were fighting over land and stuff. And Lady Volcanus actually sent a psyker to attack them, which caused the disruptions that scared Nita.
Mm.
But one of Carrizo's acolytes, or lower people like Signwolf, that kind of guy, was basically like, "Oh yeah, I've been seeing this all over the island too. You should report this. I mean, you're a higher up. You should tell the Inquisition or something." And so that was the reason that you guys were brought on planet. Was basically he took advantage of a noble feud and turned it to help him out.
Okay.
And he did that because Antonius told him to, because he needed Thrall on the planet, or
Yes, Thrall was like the keystone
centerpiece. Yeah.
for his plan of sacrificing thousands of psychers to bring about Komos. Had you captured or talked to Antonius, like had you chosen to do that instead of
He would have
freeing
explained all this to
Thrall,
us.
he would have explained like his reasonings and what he wanted to accomplish with Komos. But since you didn't do that, that's going to become a main point for the
In the
next
next one?
season,
Ah.
as to try and discover who told him to do what he did, because he was not acting alone.
Oh.
And as for the riots that took place, was that strictly Komos? Because obviously our characters don't have this information, but having read the core rulebook, that pretty much follows to a T what happens as Komos begins to appear is in the weeks leading up to its appearance.
The second riot
riots.
was Komos. The first riot was not.
So wait, the first riot, the one in which Ophelia died, where
Yeah.
it was a fight against the nobles, was not Komos?
Was
the
that-
one where...
That was
Was that-
Signwolf led.
Okay.
So the people who were like, I was just randomly come over with something, were just...
They were being affected because a lot of the psychers
Mm-hmm.
that were to be sacrificed were there willingly. They didn't know they were going to be sacrificed.
Mm-hmm.
And they used their influence to help Signwolf
Sway the people.
sway the peoples.
Okay. What was the deal with the Talon? Because I know that symbols appear.
The Talon is the symbol of Komos.
Is it?
Since it's going to be a main focal point for the next one, I'm not going to spoil anything really more
Fair
than
enough.
that. But yeah, one of the things that you guys as role players are going to decide is basically what the coming of Komos actually means between the three possibilities,
Okay.
which are Xenos, Demon, or
So,
just a thing that's
is the
evil.
next campaign going to be concentrated on Reth as well?
No,
No,
the next
Scintilla.
campaign will be focused on... You will mostly be playing on the world of Scintilla. You will have the ability to fly to a myriad of other worlds, and there will be times when they're like... The people that the high inquisitorial court of the Calixian Conclave will be like, hey, we need you to go to, like, Acreage to
Okay.
look into this, like, chapter of cultists. And so then you'll have, like, a couple days, or we'll do a couple sessions where we're on Acreage.
Okay.
But for the most part, you will be on Scintilla or the moon of Scintilla, the Calixian Conclave holds.
So I think it was our very second session, because that was the first time Thrall was there. When we went to the asylum the first time, and we talked to Fultz, and we got our tour and everything, and we went in his office, and we found the sub-basement key.
Mm-hmm.
So was that always... Because you were suggesting that we do that every week for about 7 weeks before we finally managed to go down there, because we were trying to follow up other leads that never went anywhere. We finally made it down there, and it was a no-win scenario.
Yes,
Was
it
it
would not have been as no-win a scenario. You would have gotten further in, but not all the way.
Okay. So it never really was intended to lead us anywhere as much as it was intended to be like, something is going on down there, and
Well,
you should really check it out.
What would have happened had you gone down there is you would have been able to get into the Chapel of Blessed Peace for a very small amount of time. And in that time, had you searched it out, there would have been a lot of clues to point you in the whole, hey, Antonius might be fucking us over kind of way.
Okay.
And then I'm just looking at the quest log right here. It says to investigate the Ecclesiarchy Palace. Was there anything in specific we were supposed to find there just by investigating?
Well, there's the passageway from the Ecclesiarchy Palace to the asylum.
Which we could have only found if we went and burned in his office and passed a perception check.
Yeah, pass a perception check or just literally... You can roleplay a search with me if you wanted to.
Okay.
Like, if you're... Like, I want to check the desk to see if there's anything in there specifically.
Yeah.
And you're like, I look all over the desk, then I'm going to tell you what's there. But if you're just like, I'm going to go in this room and just search it for an hour, then I get to basically decide based on your role what you actually saw.
Who was Shale?
Shale was one of the first people that went insane that was still alive.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that was the guy who worked the books,
Yeah.
right?
No, he wasn't the record keeper.
Oh.
The record keeper died.
Oh, right, because he was the very first person.
Yeah, that was the very
Shale
first
was just
person.
the first survivor.
Yeah, Shale is the first survivor. And I didn't have a whole lot of story written about him, because all he was supposed to do was basically point you towards the water treatment plant. Because that's where he noticed everything going on, because he was an acolyte of Steinwolf. And he was actually the point of contact, I think, between
So
Steinwolf
was there-
and the mutants.
Anything ever interesting at the treatment plant?
Yes, that was the main mutant den.
Oh.
That was where all the mutants came from.
One thing you and Zach missed is on the day that you guys weren't here, we went and investigated Simul's office and found that there was a passageway into the sewers. So if you had investigated him, that would have led you back to the water treatment facility.
I tried to interconnect everything with at least 2 or 3 different ways to find clues to each thing.
And then Fultz and Jedediah to call, the 2 people who were killed that we were, quote-unquote, supposed to protect. It has Fultz listed here, someone we're supposed to investigate. Is there anything particularly important about him? Because we talked to him a couple times, but...
Well, it was his record keeper that was killed, and you guys never followed up on that. He was... Well, if you guys want, I'll just read to you guys, like, the plot without any spoilers for next
Yeah,
one,
if you want to
because
do that.
I think that'll probably get you guys through a lot of this.
Before you do that, though, the only other quest I have to question was learn about the Moritot.
Yeah, I
How
was
would
just
you
about to
recommend
ask
that we...
about that
you don't need to tell us about it, because I figure that's probably still going to be important with Mercutio still being around and a key player in the next campaign.
And Natalia.
But I tried not very well, because in character, Tybalt is scared of Mercutio, so he didn't really talk to him much. He tried to stay away from him.
The easiest way for you to have researched that would have been to, like, go into the nobles' libraries to see if they had anything. Specifically, the Volcanuses, who are a bit more militaristic and shady, would have had more information on that, but the Levines would have had enough to get you started.
Okay, because I tried Natalia, and that was all I had to go off of, because I knew there wouldn't be anything like public records, because it's...
Yeah. Now, the nobles have a lot of access to things that the civilians can't know about.
Right. Okay.
So in our next campaign, if we need to look up stuff, because this was also a pleasure world, so there was no real, like... We could go to the entertainment district, but there was no real, like, shady alleyways to go talk to, like, the black market and underground people.
Neelis had an end to try and talk to scummy people because of his friend in the armor, or whatever. The armorer friend that he made.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, the bar owner, Varen, is a scum, and that dude that you made friends with, which I forgot the name I gave him, was also... he's not a scum, but he knows them.
Yeah.
So there were back channel ways for you guys to get to that, if you looked really hard.
Okay. So in the next campaign, obviously, so for the next campaign, I was expecting more conversations with scum, but you would also recommend if we can find any nobles, they would have access to things that would not necessarily be public record?
Yes, nobles have access to a lot of stuff. Scum is actually really... They're easier to find than it seems like they would be. But you just gotta approach it in the right way, like setting up a card game with shady types and that kind of stuff. But yeah,
Actually going to a bar and not threatening people with an explosive gun.
that too. But yes, nobles always have, or generally have, a lot of access to things that other people don't. Also, when you're on Scintilla, since it's a massive world, you'll be able to pick up a lot more due to just gossip.
Mm-hmm.
And there'll also be, like, legitimate libraries and stuff in the noble districts that you can go into. If you get permission to. That will have vast amounts of information. And, provided you can befriend people in the Calixian Conclave, you will get access to their records, which are pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, aside from getting into a Arbitaste library, which is near fucking impossible, that would be your best bet to getting stuff that has anything to do with...
Could I get into an Arbitaste library?
No? Oh, I mean Astartes, sorry.
Oh, I'm like, but I'm
Yeah,
in a
no, you
Depths
could get into a...
Astartes.
Yes. Arbitrator information banks you could get into. I meant like Astartes.
Okay.
You couldn't get into a Space Marine library.
Yeah.
Unless you made friends with a decently high-ranking Space Marine.
Just shows them his badge and they laugh at him.
No, we got a plan. Garble, you and I are gonna go out and buy like 24 packs and show up to a Space Marine barracks.
Dude, I'll
I'll
lure them away with all the beer and then you go in.
Anyways, the main plot and villains. 25 weeks prior to the events of the Reth investigation, RI, because I'm going to shorten that from here on out, due to corruption from the Warp building on his fears of that the civilians of Reth were too sinful, Governor DeCall, convert of the Tyrant Star, meaning he wasn't like in charge of what was going on, under the guidance of Head Minister Cleric Colton Bernardin, corrupted, began illegally bringing psychers onto the planet and placing them within the hexagrammic wards and sub-basements of the St. Vero Asylum within the Holy Inquisition's own Chapel of Blessed Peace, with the help of Inquisitor Antonius Carrizo, corrupted, acquirer, and St. Vero Warden McKillen Faltz, convert. They believed that... Oh, wait, is this... Hold on, let me read this, make sure this isn't... No, okay. They believed that if they gathered enough psychers and expended their unstable and corrupted energies at the right time, they could bring about a vision of the Tyrant Star Komos. DeCall wanted to do this to inspire his people to be more righteous. And Carrizo wanted to do this, I'm not gonna tell you.
That bitch was lying.
The engineers of the Caper, Colton and Faltz, or of the engineers of the Caper, Colton and Faltz knew that through summoning the star, it would either bring destruction of Reth or tear a hole into the immaterium of the warp, corrupting all on the planet who were unable to escape before the quarantine went up. If the process was completed on enough worlds, their theory is that the Star Komos would fully materialize within the Calixis sector and pave the way for the Demon Lords of the Warp. Carrizo did not hold that exactly the same way, or, well, part of that he didn't hold the same way, and other parts were completely different for his reasoning. But that's all I can tell you about the main plot of that. And then I have the timeline, if you guys want the actual timeline of events that happened before and after you guys got there, including all the changed shit.
Yeah, I'd like to hear that actually.
The
Interesting.
initial start of the disturbances were 23 weeks before you arrived. The first psychers being brought in and the reports being falsified were 18 weeks before you guys showed up. The initial report of the disturbances was 15 weeks before you arrived. The start of the sub-basement and ward repair were 14 weeks before you arrived. Completion of the sub-basement and repair was 10 weeks before you arrived. Your current mission, as far as Antonius Carrizo, not you guys, was 15 weeks before you arrived. And the Inquisition request was sent to Neelis 7 weeks before you arrived. Then you arrived on Wrath. The Levine estate was attacked 1 week after that. It was plus 5 days. DeKalb residence was destroyed after a week, plus 9 days. The Holy Temple was razed 2 weeks, plus 13 days. Ecclesiarchy Palace was burned 2 weeks, plus 15 days. Vero went on high alert 2 weeks, plus 18 days. Vero shut down. That was your first assault with the Sororitas. That was your assault with the Sororitas. 3 weeks, 19 days. The Day of Horrors / Rending was today, which was actually supposed to be due to the advancement of how people were talking and that Carrizo knew what was going on. He accelerated his plan because normally it was supposed to be today was the start of things starting to get weird. The Day of Sacrifice for all the Psychers was supposed to be 4 days from now, and Como's actual appearance was supposed to be 5 days from now. Instead
Question.
of all happening today.
When I went to the Astropathica and told him, did that make him hasten the plan, or did you just do it for
That
story's sake?
confirmed a hastening of the plan.
So that was my fault.
Damn it, Roger.
Between
How
you
could
and
you?
Neelis, he got enough information to know. Well, I mean, he kept tabs very closely on all of you guys.
So, did he know that I was in contact with Mercutio, or did I keep that under wraps?
No, as far as he knew, you were not in direct contact with Mercutio ever.
Okay.
At least as far as I had ever thought of it, no.
Good. I'm a good liar.
Yep, good
Let's
enough.
keep this up.
When you want to lie, you're good at it. When you don't know you should be lying, you're fucking horrible. So yeah.
That's the only other thing we didn't really go over, I guess, is like bonds and shit.
Yeah. Oh,
Hmm.
due to this being a new campaign, you all get to decide whether or not you want to keep your bonds, completely make new bonds.
Fucking trashing mine.
Yeah, we
Uh,
should make like new
Now
ones.
Hopefully,
that we,
Thrall
like,
decides he
know-
doesn't need to see me go berserk.
Now that we know how our characters act with each other,
But yeah, if you want to, you guys make a new bond for each character, which you need to submit to me by Friday so I can approve or deny them before next Sunday.
we're starting the new campaign next Sunday.
Yes, the new campaign starts
Alright.
next Sunday.
Sweet.
Because we're doing this instead of, like, 'cause
Also,
next
can we
Sunday was
get-
literally just going to be like, hey, you guys have any questions?
Can anyone gain any experience from like this session from the ones we had already?
No. You
No?
just get your
Okay.
bump up to 5k experience.
My favorite
Aw.
part about getting 1,000 experience right now, I still can't put my agility up to
I
the
know,
next
right?
level. I need 1,250.
Next Sunday, are we doing noon or 6?
Plan noon, but I don't know.
Plan noon, so I won't be there.
That being said, all of you may choose not to reappear in the next one as your current characters. You can re-roll if you want, or you can come back as the same characters now that you've had a taste of how they play. You don't need my approval for doing that, but your backstory and bonds will need my approval before that, or before we actually play. If you want to, you may redistribute your experience.
So we can get rid of things that we have that we
Yes.
don't find necessary.
To an extent. You may not go back and deal with anything that happened in your first 2,000 experience. But anything after that, you can redo.
Yay for Malus keeping track of all of that.
Yep. It's nice, right?
It is.
That's why I'm able to do this. Otherwise, I'd just be like, you'd have to completely reroll your character.
Mm-hmm.
But no, your fundamentals will stay, but you can... And you can't clear, like, certain points. You just have to go all the way back to 2k, and then go back up to 5.
And then I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that we're not gonna be playing on the 15th because it's Father's Day.
I'm down to play. It's really up to you guys.
The only thing I can get rid of that I don't still want is Chemgeld, and I'm gonna keep that. So
Okay. But yeah, Roger, do you want to play on the 15th?
Yeah, I can do it. I'm not flying to Louisiana.
Yeah. I'm not going up to Northern California.
That's the money.
Leaf, do you want to play on the 15th?
Hannah Breeze.
Hannah Breeze?
Sorry. I mean, I don't know. I gotta check with my dad.
Okay.
But-
Zach,
Yeah.
same thing.
Izzy.
All right.
Yeah,
We might just do like a scumbag day.
I'll be in Tracy with my dad and my grandpa.
Oh, okay. Well, then if it's just me and Roger, yeah, we'll probably cancel.
I'll let you know about this coming Sunday because I might have work, but I think it's the day where he's like, "You're gonna show up at 10, and we're gonna be done by noon."
Okay.
Because
Well, yeah, just let me know. We might do
I
it. We might change it
think
to 6 if it
it's-
works out for everybody.
I think it's the Relay for Life loadout. So, and
Okay.
it ends really early in the morning. So, but I don't. I'll let you know. I'll keep you posted.
Cool. Is there anything else you guys want to go over or ask before the next session?
Did the Nazes have any?
The Nazes were where
Okay.
Mercutio and Natalia were staying.
Oh, they were right across the street.
Yeah. The
Could
other
have scones
thing,
with them in the morning.
the other important thing where they were the objective party between the Volcanus and Levines.
Oh, also Jedediah. Was there anything going on with him? Was there any corruption that we should have cared about, or
Well, he was corrupted.
was
His
he
zealotry tainted him to the warp, so he wanted to bring about Komos to reinvigorate his people further.
Who's Jedediah?
Okay.
To call the
So-
governor.
False was
Oh.
not corrupted, but Jedediah was.
False was not as corrupted. Like Jedediah was completely corrupted. False was more like duped into going along with them.
Okay.
He would have like a small amount of corruption, but it really didn't influence his character very much. Whereas Jedediah was legitimately corrupted by the warp.
So this whole damn time we could have went over to those estates and stolen Mercutio's freaking scones.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
God damn it.
I do
No,
have
whole
one more
damn
question for you
time.
though.
Could've just
My
dropped
3 red laser dot sights.
Yeah, can we
What
get
are
them
they worth?
repaired by the other? They're worth fucking 50 each.
Yeah, all your stuff will be repaired by the
Okay.
Sweet.
Mechanicus. Also, in exchange for doing this, they're going to take weight off of your hands, because that's going to be important next time. So if there's anything that you want to get rid of as far as weight, because you will be paid initially, but anything that you carry over from this mission cannot be sold.
I sent you messages when I was doing my stats and buying stuff. My flak vest and helmet, as well as my knife.
What about
They would weigh me down.
them? So you're just going to get rid of them?
Yeah, I'm 2 kilograms under my max carry weight without them. With them, they push me up to like 30 or something, or like 31.
Mm-hmm.
That sort of pushes us over into like the question I was gonna ask. I was gonna say like, since you're doing the next campaign, does that mean you're pushing over to like the newer Dark Heresy stuff with like all the other like weapons and stuff?
Yes, Ascension and Demon Hunter will be
Okay.
the expansions that you guys are allowed to use. I'll send them over to you guys.
And the only other thing I was gonna
before
like, recommend,
Friday.
since everyone has like a bunch of weight and stuff, like besides selling stuff, would be there be any kind of way that could like store it at like a place they're staying, or like there'd be a storage place maybe on the next role playing, or you can
Yes, your main base where you will be housed, even though that's not where you're going to spend most of your time,
Yeah.
on the moon of Scintilla with the Calixium Concave, you can leave your stuff there.
Yeah, because that's two like pretty important things to know. Because then like people don't go and sell all the shit they could like actually maybe.
Well, you
use.
can't. Everything from this campaign will be considered tainted
Yeah.
for the rest of the Materium.
Oh, okay.
So you are not allowed to sell anything.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Can you just drop it?
Yeah, you can either give it to the tech priests on your way there, or you can give it to the Calixian Concave for
Is
them
there
to file
any
away.
way I could purchase that flak armor before we get out of here?
No, you have to wait until the next day or the next
And
campaign.
then my question is regarding backpacks, because I still haven't found anything that says that it increases your carry weight.
Yeah, what I'm gonna do for that is small objects such as like drugs, injectors, the really tiny crap. It will allow you to carry and ammo. It will allow you to carry up to, I think it's about 15 kilograms for free.
Okay, because I already bought one of those, and I bought 3
Because
ink
like
and quill sets.
40
so-
kilograms is like a fucking 100 and something pounds. That's bullshit.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Like a fucking fully loaded.
Dude,
Like-
Tybalt's fucking buffed out, buddy. He can carry that shit.
Actually, I have pretty
He's-
low strength.
He's been drinking all that milk. His bones are like prepared for this shit.
Yeah.
My strength is only at 24. So.
We're gonna have him carry 3 of those.
Oh shit! I'm gonna
backpacks.
level up my toughness, so I'm gonna be able to carry even more. But all the same, I have a backpack which would put me at 26 kilograms, and I'm putting 3 writing sets in there. They're 2 each, so that's another 6 right there.
Yeah.
So if that's allowed to be put in, I already purchased it. But the reason I bought it was because I thought I would at least have something to carry it around in.
Yeah. It's just gonna
Rather than-
negate small things weight. Like you can't put guns or armor in it.
Mm-hmm.
Even
But
pistols.
like my writing set.
You can put tools, writing
my-
set, that
Like
kind
a
of
med
stuff.
kit or something?
So I can keep
Drugs,
my combi tool, my
stim.
auto quill, my writing sets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Med kits?
Med kits. Anything that pretty small can fit in a backpack.
Oh. I'm fine then. I still have another like 6.5 kilograms that I could carry of stuff.
Yep.
Because it's assumed that you wear the armor, so you're not actually carrying it.
Well, it's the weight still counts as carried.
Yeah, the weight still counts.
Like the weight of the armor you're wearing still counts as carried weight.
Grim's just like,
like-
now I'm fucked.
Oh,
Just
God.
like in Elder Scrolls, it's all the weight on your
On your
person.
character. Whether it be equipped or not, it still counts.
Then what do we have for weight for guard flak? Because Malice doesn't list that for anything.
I believe it's
Darflak's
11.
fucking heavy.
Yes.
Oh, that reminds me, I have to do all of your guys' stuff again, because now guard flak is just heavy. It doesn't actually affect your initiative roll or your agility.
Oh, guard
Sweet.
flak is 11.
Yeah, guard flak's fucking heavy.
Oh god.
That's why it hurt you so much.
Do
To,
you know how freaking far I'm gonna be able to run without that fucking agility deduction?
Well, what do the... maybe this is something to get into at a later time, but... I wonder if the other books say anything about weight differences.
no, the only thing that has weight changes is the errata. Anything that's in the core rulebook is not ever amended in expansions. They put it out as erratas, which you have the third errata, which is the version of the rulebook which I'm using. I sent that out to you guys. If you don't have it, I'll send it again. But there are very few weight changes. One of the things that they wanted to do, and they're doing for 4th edition, is they're changing carry weight to being only strength based, and then they're changing how that works, but it's irrelevant, because we're not dealing with it. But no, all the weight, as it appears in the core rulebook, is how the weight appears. They also changed damage on a couple of weapons and stuff, which I don't really care that much about. But if you do, let me know, and we'll fix it. Otherwise, it's what the rulebook says, then it's what Malus says, and then we'll dispute it, and I'll judge things. Unless someone else wants to be GM for the next one.
Nope.
Garvel Zane for GM. He'll
I'd
get
I'd be
so
GM
much
if I was gonna
done.
make more than 3 appearances.
Well, it's actually not too bad. I pop a point in strength and I'm good with my armor.
Yeah, it's not too
I'm worried
terrible.
about that.
But yes, you can only hold small crap in backpacks. That does not include stuff that is attached to your weapon. Like, you can't have a red dot sight attached to your gun and
Well, yeah, 'cause you
claim
can't
it's in
put
your
the gun in
backpack.
Because otherwise you'd have to take like a half action beginning of everything to equip it to your gun.
No, you can't equip stuff in combat.
Dude, Garble Zane fucking DM, you better get Iron Stomach.
Eh,
All the dranks.
I can fix that. I have some skills that would prevent me from getting drunk.
He would be like the leader of the party.
But yeah, I'll tell you exactly how much backpacks are by Friday and how much weight they change. So my initial thought was like either 20 or 15, but I'll look into it more and let you guys know, like probably by Wednesday or Thursday.
I will have my stat changes for you probably by tomorrow night after I get off work, but
Woo.
it's been like 24 hours since I've eaten, so I'm going to go ahead and do that.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get some
Pretty
food
much
too.
the same here.
So, I will catch you guys later. Dark Heresy ho!